Well, happy Friday, darling. So I know who the new hire is. I saw his name in Chase's calendar last week when I was snooping. All right, go on. I found him on social media and I went deep into his photos and there it was. Well, hell, just tell me already. His prom photo, grinning ear to ear, arms wrapped around his prom date, Brenda. Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Our Brenda. Our Brenda. She don't have any idea, does she? Well, now I ain't ever been this excited about a Monday morning meeting in my life. Well, it's past 2 p.m. on a Friday, so I'm gonna go sign off. If anyone asks where I am, tell them to get a life. Toodaloo. Sounds good. Toodaloo, Scooby-Doo.
Good morning, team.
Morning, everyone.
It's rather pleasant seeing you so excited for a meeting, Bethany.
Seeing all y'all's faces after a long weekend just deals my pickle.
I wanted to take this opportunity to welcome Ned to the team.
Oh, hello, everyone. Brenda, is that you? I had no idea you worked here.
It's nice to meet you, Ned. Was this the first time y'all have met, Brenda?
My memory escapes me. There's that sense of humor I remember. You know, my mom still asks me how you're doing.
Tracy, please continue with the meeting as we are on company time. Yes, welcome, Ned. Haley is also on our team. She's been off this last week. She will be returning tomorrow.
I look forward to meeting her, and thanks everyone for such a warm welcome. We're so happy to have you here, Ned.
We sure are. Toodaloo, Brenda's boo.
I was off like a herd of turtles this morning, but I'm here now.
What in tarnation? You really are tougher than a $2 steak, Brenda.
I was just finishing up.
Nope, no more work today.
Tracy wants me to onboard Ned.
Listen, I don't care. No shop talk on ladies' afternoon.
There is always work to be done.
You remind me of my sweet Arthur.
Your late husband?
He spent his whole life working. He always used to say to me, Donnie, I can't wait to retire so we can go see the world and spend our days doing the things we enjoy. But the heavens called him home before he had a chance to retire. He spent his whole life working towards that unpromised future.
He sounds like a hardworking man.
Oh, he certainly was, but I could tell you he didn't spend his last few days on this earth wishing he had worked more. Anyways, do you like puzzles?
Ned, Brenda, I've been asked to catch you up to speed on Project Poodles. It sounds like we have a lot to catch up on. So how are you, Brenda? How many years has it been now? Actually, I think Bethany is better suited for your onboarding. Let me dial her in. Brenda, we don't have to talk about it. You know, I'm not one for last minute meetings, but this one, I can get behind. Bethany, can you review the current project plan with Ned? Oh, you don't want to work with him just one-on-one? I have other business to attend to. Hey, Bethany. Ned, you know, before we jump right into work, I'd love to get to know you better. Toodaloo, Brenda. I understand you are off on vacation tomorrow. Only 4 hours until freedom. You will be bringing your laptop with you, correct? Absolutely not. No, you. How will you be checking your inbox? I won't. See, for the next few days while I'm off, pretend I don't exist. How can I reach you if I have an urgent work question? Firstly, I would like to see your written definition of urgent because I feel like we have vastly different understandings of that. And secondly, you can't. I always make sure I have access to my inbox everywhere I go. I feel like that'd be a good thing to bring up in therapy. Toodaloo, Brenda. What do these mean? Oh, I'm just gonna call Bethany. Ned in red. I guess that makes sense. What's going on? Is there a place the company publishes a list of acronyms and all their meanings? Which one are you stuck on? PPO, AES, CLI, EOT, ISO, RSS, WWJD? Yeah, I don't know those ones. You see, I don't make a lot of money at this job, so I can't always afford to pay attention. No worries, I'll figure it out. I'll go to Google or something. Oh wait, WWJD, I came up with that one. What would Jeremy do? And then you do the opposite. Anyways, I gotta get back to doing the bare minimum. Toodaloo. Who's Jeremy?
How are you today, Brenda?
I am working hard, thank you.
Are you feeling all right?
It's nothing I can't power through.
You know you have paid sick days that are part of your total compensation.
I don't need it. I am fine to work.
I encourage you to take them when you're feeling under the weather.
I have too much work to get through today.
You're likely to feel ill longer if you don't take the time to rest and take care of yourself.
There's no time to rest.
Work isn't going to crumble if you take the day off, Brenda. Your productivity will actually benefit from the rest. Please take the rest of the day off and feel better. The work will still be here for you tomorrow morning.
Okay. Warm regards, Tracy.
Warm regards, Brenda.
Well, don't you look fine? Our little frog's hair split 4 ways. I just had an interview. I was trying to trick them into thinking I'm professional. Now hold your horses. You ain't leaving us now, are you? Nah, the vibes were off with that company.
But you're looking?
Yeah, I'm always looking, you know, just to see what else is out there.
That's my girl, taking control of your career.
You'd be the first one to know if I was actually leaving.
Hell, I'd be your reference.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. So I set up a meeting with Brenda and Ned tomorrow afternoon, but then right before the meeting, I'm going to tell them I can no longer make it. So it forces them to have a one-on-one.
Oh, you're bad.
Well, Toodaloo, I got some work to do. All right, toodaloo, buckaroo. It appears that Bethany can no longer join us. I'm sure it's nothing we can't tackle alone. We've always made a great team. Well, getting right into the agenda. Brenda, starting a meeting with small talk is actually a skill proven to enhance workplace connections, leading to better teamwork. Okay. How is your mom? She's great. Yeah, she still has the most beautiful herb garden. Okay, now getting into the agenda. Now it's my turn. How are your paintings going these days? I don't paint anymore. But you're so talented. Why did you stop? My mother thought painting was getting in the way of my success, and the only way to amount to anything was to focus solely on my career. I wish your mother could see how successful and talented you really are. I know I've always been so proud of you. Okay, that is enough small talk. Agenda item 1. That was all I had to cover today. Great, because I'm getting real hungry. What are you working on after this?
Feeding my rumbling belly and taking a nice deserved break. I might go for a walk, say hi to my neighbor Jill.
Lunchtime is almost over.
Oh, darling, your meeting didn't finish till 12:30, so my lunch hasn't even started. You're taking a break too, right?
I never take one.
The company doesn't pay you for that lunch hour.
There is always work to be done. Are you not busy?
Oh, I'm busier than a moth in a mitten, but if I don't take care of myself, I'll never get it all done.
Well, perhaps I will go take a quick break today.
Atta girl, toodaloo, cockatoo.
I am sending the meeting invite now. Ew. Yeah, I'm declining that. Your attendance is necessary. Well, then it needs to be scheduled within my working hours, not at 7 p.m. on a Friday. Well, that was the only time open in your calendar this week. I see an opening on Monday at 2 o'clock. It is part of your job to attend meetings. Are you busy on Friday evening? Very. I have a lot of business to take care of. What kind of business? None of yours. Toodaloo.
What is something you're looking forward to this weekend?
Working.
Brenda, can I ask you something?
Proceed.
I've known you for a while, and I can appreciate how much worth you put into your job, but what would happen if you lost it?
Well, I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
It sounds to me like you'd not only go through all the hardships that come along with losing a job, but also an identity crisis.
That is a possibility, yes.
The qualities that make you are there regardless of your job. You excel at work because you're highly motivated and very intelligent. You aren't those things because of your job. You know that, right? Hell, and maybe Mama Sue's wrong, but I just care about you, and I want you to see and find value in who you are, not just your job.
Thank you.
All right, toodaloo, kangaroo.
Ew. Looping in Bethany, as she will be able to help you with this. It's a bold statement. Oh, this is a long thread. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea how I'm supposed to help with this. Are you taking some time off this month? Why would I do that? Because you have vacation days to use. I'm taking a few days off myself. Don't you feel guilty taking time away from work and not being able to get things done? Paid days off are part of my total compensation. I don't feel guilty cashing my paycheck, do you? No, I do not. Taking your time off is basically the same thing. I guess you're right. Same with using your benefits and everything else as part of your total comp. Anyways, if you take some time off and you want some company, just let me know. I'll be sure to let you know.
How was your time off?
It was nice. Very relaxing.
Now don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. I've seen all your emails come through. You did not take time off. Brenda, can I be honest? I don't think you know how to take a break.
What do you mean?
Well, when you try to disconnect from work, do you find yourself thinking of all the things you could be doing or should be doing with that time?
Yes.
And that's stressful, right? You can't mentally turn it off? So this isn't about you not wanting to take a break. It's that it's so stressful for you anyway, so you may as well be working.
Exactly.
All right, darling. Well, we need to teach you how to take a break.
Okay. I tried to reach you this weekend, but you did not answer. Okay. Brenda, did you work all weekend? Yes, I have a lot to get done. Did you not? My time is valuable, quite expensive per hour, really. So is mine. I do make more than you. Do you really, though? The way I see it is if you broke down your salary by hour, calculating all of the unnecessary hours you work in addition to your agreed upon hours, one might argue your time has become less valuable. Anyways, to answer your question, nope, I did not work this weekend. My probation period's coming to an end, so I guess you're gonna be stuck with me.
Well, that makes me grin like a possum eating a sweet tater.
HR said I'm gonna be getting a new contract as well.
So you're getting ready to negotiate, right?
I hadn't thought about it.
Oh, darling, never take the first offer. You always gotta negotiate. You know something I've been negotiating all my contracts? My severance.
You could do that?
Sure as shit can. So if that day ever comes where Mama Sue gets let go, I know exactly what my package looks like, so I don't need to stress about it.
Well, thanks. I hadn't thought about that. And I meant to ask you if you knew where I could find any company policies about dating coworkers.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. I'm gonna go ahead and set up another meeting so we can talk a little bit more about this one.
The company is requesting that all employees have their work emails on their phone. Cool. Who should I bill? Pardon me? For the portion of my phone bill they'll be using. Unless we're getting new phones, I wouldn't say no to an upgrade. No compensation will be provided. Why do they want our work emails on our phones? So you have access to your email at all times. But I have access during my work hours. That's what my laptop's for. Well, in case we need to get a hold of you outside of those hours. So what the company really wants here is for us to work 24/7 and use our personal devices and phone plans to make that happen. Yeah, that's going to be a no for me, but thanks for asking. Toodaloo.
Brenda, do you know why the company won't promote you?
I certainly do not.
Because you're too expensive to replace. Listen, if they promoted you into a new role, they would need at least 3 people to replace your workload because of all the extra responsibility you've taken on. And they sure as heck aren't paying you the salary of 3 employees, so financially you're a bargain in your current position.
I've never looked at it that way.
Now, I'm not saying to be as useful as a screen door on a submarine, but doing less ain't always a bad thing.
Surely something to think about.
Now, I don't know who Shirley is, but I do know it's time for my 2 o'clock stroll. Toodaloo, kangaroo.
Warm regards, Donna Sue. Leadership has become aware that you are discussing your salary with your coworkers. And that is not allowed. Says who? Leadership and company policy. Yeah, that's giving illegal. If you don't stop, they said there will be consequences. Likely for the company because then they won't be able to get away with underpaying certain people anymore. Toodaloo. The company said I might be up for a promotion.
And may I ask how long they've been telling you that for?
About 10 months now.
You know what, Brenda? Some of us might call that a dangling carrot.
How so?
See, the company don't want to lose you, but they ain't ready to offer you more. So they just keep making promises that they may never fill, but you're sticking around anyways in case they do happen.
But they wouldn't do that to me.
Darling, it ain't personal. The company's always got to look after itself. It breaks my heart knowing you would die for this company, but if you passed tomorrow, heaven forbid, you know what the company would do?
What?
They'd have your position posted by the end of the day. So now what you're going to do is go ahead and ask them for a definite date or contract to state when this promotion takes effect.
Okay.
And if you need help, Mama Sue's always here. Toodles, poodles.
Warm regards. I'm off next week. Lucky. That must be nice. What? To have time off away from work. I'm not sure I would call using my time off lucky. You also have vacation days you're entitled to take. You just choose not to. I would feel guilty taking next week off knowing how much work there needs to get done. So good for you. Ew. Is something gross? You're projecting. Excuse me? If this job runs your life and you're not able to set boundaries, then just say that. This whole shame trying to make me feel guilty for taking time off thing it's giving me the ick. Toodaloo. And this needs to be completed by Tuesday morning.
Well, Paul in Finance just sent you a note asking if we could work on Sunday so we can have it done for Monday instead. Now, what are you going to tell him?
I did have plans on Sunday, but I guess I could.
Brenda, you are allowed to enjoy your weekend. Your personal time is valuable and you deserve to have it.
I was looking forward to seeing my friend.
All right, so what do you tell Paul?
I will tell him that we are sticking to the original timeline and myself nor my team will be logging in on Sunday to complete this.
Darling, I'm so proud of you. Now you go send him that email. Toodles, poodles.
Warm regards, Donna Sue.
Brenda, have you taken a break yet today?
I have not.
All right, you have 20 minutes after your next meeting, correct?
Correct.
So here's what I want you to do right when that meeting ends. Number 1, you're going to silence all notifications on your laptop.
Okay.
Then you are going to physically get up and walk away from your workspace.
Bring laptop to another room.
No, honey, leave the laptop where it is.
Okay.
Now the hard part. After you physically disconnected, we need to mentally disconnect.
How?
Well, it ain't easy, but let's start by choosing something that brings you joy that also doesn't require a lot of brain power.
I could paint.
That would make me finer than a frog hair split 4 ways.
I am not sure what that means, but I have to go to my meeting now.
All right, toodles noodles.
Warm regards.
James in R&D is asking to meet this afternoon about Project Poodles.
Cool, what time?
8:30 p.m.
Yeah, you're on your own for that one. I am out of here at 5.
He said you might say that.
Will you let him know it's such a bummer I can't make it? You should really try to schedule meetings within working hours and not so last minute.
He says it's a shame your commitment to this team ends at 5.
Ooh, what I think he meant to say is that it's a shame my pay for being part of this team ends at 5. Enjoy the rest of that chat. Toodaloo.
Donna Sue, I need your help.
Well, goodness gracious, you look exhausted, dear. What's going on?
I can't take a break.
Well, is it you can't take a break or you don't want to?
I can't.
Now, why not?
Have you ever felt guilty for taking rest? I can't just sit there and do nothing while I have 58 things on my to-do list, because then the whole time I would just spend thinking about everything on my to-do list, so I may as well just do it anyway.
I hear ya. You know, you can start by getting away from your workspace, silence your phone, or better yet, get your work email off your phone, because I know you have it on there. You could try going for a walk at the end of every workday or something else, but establish an end-of-day routine to help train your brain and give separation between your workday and your personal time. Sometimes I like to light a candle, and when that scent hits my nose, I know my evening has started.
And what if that doesn't work?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't start trying to change it, then your career is going to run your entire life, and maybe you're okay with that. But for me personally, I would rather a job work for my life instead of my life working for my job.
What will everyone think if I start taking breaks and disconnecting?
Well, I can't tell you that for certain, but one thing I do know is that down the road from now, the only ones who are going to still remember how much time you spent at work will be your loved ones.
Thank you.
You're sure welcome. Toodaloo now from Donna Sue.
Warm regards.
I see that you are off at the end of the month. Yeah, I'm taking some time off. That's quite a busy time to take days off. It's also Halloween. Okay, what do you want to be for Halloween? Not made to feel guilty for taking time off, to be compensated fairly, to be valued for my work, given autonomy and flexibility. How about yourself? I was going to be a squirrel. Cool. Toodaloo. Goodbye.
Brenda, you should really take some PTO.
But I already used it all.
Now, I mean paint time off.
You mean time off to paint my place?
See, I saw this sweepstakes. It was the Bear paint time off one, and I thought of you.
Go on.
Now, they're giving the chance to win $2,500 to 15 winners. Let me send you Bear's post where you can see how to enter.
Thank you, and warm regards.
Sure are welcome. Toodaloo, kangaroo.
Sorry for being late. I got caught up in enjoying my last few minutes of not being here. Okay. I want to discuss the new project finance wants us to prioritize this month. Ugh, yikes. I don't think that's going to work. And why not? Brenda, have you ever heard of Nothing New November? See, we're nearing the end of the year, and from now until then, we focus on finishing what we are currently working on and nothing new. They want our kickoff meeting to be scheduled the first week of December. And do it next year, December? Oof. Yeah, let's go ahead and schedule that meeting for January. Toodaloo.
Now, why don't you go sign off on time today instead of working late?
I have worked 10-hour days for years. I can't just change that now.
Why not? What are you so worried about?
What will people think? I would have to say no to meetings, work, my colleagues.
But you'd also be saying yes.
How?
To yourself, to your health, family, friends, hobbies. When we set boundaries, we're saying yes, even though it often feels like we're saying no. You deserve to say yes to yourself, Brenda. And I know you might not believe that, but it is true.
Okay.
Now you sign off and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Warm regards for now.
Toodaloo.
Team, it's been a while and it's so lovely to see you all.
Hey everyone.
What's up?
Well, don't y'all look good as peaches in June.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Brenda.
I'm certain you've all heard by now, but the company is discussing a potential return to office plan. Boo. And I wanted to gather your input to pass along to the leadership team. Returning to the office is a great way to boost productivity.
I think we all find productivity in different environments. A hybrid model could give flexibility for employees to choose what works best for them.
I would be open to hearing more about that approach. I can certainly bring that to the table. I do agree flexibility is quite important.
Working remote has seemed to work well for the team.
Working from the office will give more visibility to everyone's contributions.
The office could work well too.
Okay.
Hear me out. 4-day work weeks.
I wonder if the company would ever go for that.
If all the work gets done, then why not?
I vote 6-day work weeks.
But then we would only have 1 day off a week.
Lots of great ideas being shared. I'm just making sure to capture them all.
Not to be dramatic, but if we do go back in office full time, I will quit.
And if you ever need a reference, you just let Mama Sue know.
I don't think that is necessary at this time. No decisions have been made, and I will do my best to bring these concerns forward. I am sending an email to leadership now expressing the importance of returning to the office. I have to drop for another call, but it was so nice seeing all of you. Toodaloo.
All right, toodles poodles.
Darling, what has you so stressed?
The timeline for Project Poodles keeps getting changed, and the new deadlines seem even more impossible with the amount of work that's piled up.
Management makes it sound as easy as sliding off a greasy log backwards, don't they?
Yeah, and Jerry from Ops has been emailing saying it's our team that's holding everything up.
Now you listen here. If Jerry had an idea, it would die of loneliness. Don't take what he says to heart.
I'm just stressed about it all, and I'm trying to work through this disorganized project.
I tell you, I've been around long enough to know a project deadline here is more like a suggestion. Hell, if timelines didn't get changed, I'd be taking the afternoon off to go buy me a scratch card.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Just one thing at a time, honey. And you let me know what I could do to help. What do you need me to take off your plate?
Thank you. I'll send over some things I'd like your input on.
You've got it. Toodaloo, my little kangaroo.
Toodaloo. I did want to let you know about an email Jerry had sent me.
Was I included on it?
No, he actually removed everyone on our team prior to sending it.
Okay, well, what did he say?
He basically blamed the project shift of dates on our team, and more specifically me, saying we didn't provide our piece of work on time.
Seems quite dodgy. He never mentioned such a thing to me, nor is that the truth from what I've seen. Have you a chance to respond to him?
I haven't yet. I'm not even sure what I would say.
Well, I'm going to give him a shout this afternoon so we can get on the same page as to where our bottleneck lies. Is that okay with you, or would you prefer a different next step to address this?
No, that is totally fine.
If you feel comfortable, why don't you go ahead and forward me that email as well so I have it on hand for reference?
Absolutely. I'm sending that over now.
Cheers. After my call with him, I'll respond to the email correcting his accusations and laying out clear next steps for our teams.
I'll keep an eye out for it. Thank you.
Toodaloo, Haley.
Toodaloo. That is everything I wanted to cover in this call.
Sweet. Love when meetings end early.
Since we have 8 minutes remaining, I have some questions I would like to discuss.
Now, I knew you was itching for more, Brenda.
Does the consumer testing portion of the QA timeline require on-site attendance?
I believe it will, yes. All right, good talk. Sounds like there's nothing else.
Will we be required to work over the weekend for that?
Honey, I sure hope not.
Marketing is sorting out dates and logistics for that. Would anyone like to review the project timeline once more?
No, Brenda, we all want to leave this meeting.
Ladies, if you want to go on and drop off, I'm happy to stay on and go over this. I know how them spreadsheets really cream your corn, Brenda.
Toodaloo.
What do they do to my corn?
Ned, look at us go, being all on time for this meeting.
Yeah, I think Brenda's just finishing up with another one. She should be joining us soon.
I should give her a hard time for being over 40 seconds late.
Oh, no, don't do that. Hello, apologies for my tardiness.
Brenda, how could you?
It's nice to see you, Brenda. Happy you could join. Ned? We should get started. Bethany, can you put your camera on?
Can I? Technically, yes. Will I? Probably not.
Well, I've got mine on, Brenda, so you're not alone. I can see that.
So glad to see you both have so much in common.
There's another thing for us to add to the list, Brenda. Getting into the project.
When was the last time you took a vacation, Brenda? And I don't mean one where you take your laptop with you and be checking your emails every day. I'm talking about a real break.
I am too busy at this company to be able to disconnect for more than a business day.
I understand. You fell into the trap of being too important.
What do you mean, too important?
Well, you see, you've taken on all this responsibility and the company keeps piling it on. And don't get it twisted, I do think you're a very important person in life, but it ain't always a good thing at work.
Why not?
Well, it can make it real hard to disconnect when you have so many people counting on you. You might even feel guilty about it because you don't want to let people down. Or perhaps you need this job to feel important because you aren't feeling that in other places of your life.
Well, I guess it makes me irreplaceable at work.
But you are also irreplaceable to your family and to your friends.
I guess that might be true.
And at the end of the day, we are all replaceable at work. Heck, if I turned to ashes next week, they would have my job posted before the choir starts singing at my funeral.
I don't want to think about that.
And you just remember you're important outside of this job too, all right?
Thank you, Donna Sue.
Always. Toodaloo, honey-do.
How are things going this week, Haley? Good. Busy. There's a lot going on at the moment.
Is your workload manageable? Is everything on track?
Yeah, I think if I work a bit this weekend, I can get most of it done.
Well, that won't be necessary.
You are not to work on your personal time. I know it's not ideal. There's just so much that needs to get done before next week.
What am I able to take on? How can I help you here?
Oh, are you sure? I imagine you already have a lot on your plate.
We're a team. I'm happy to take on some of the overflow myself, and if needed, I can delegate to other members on the team to assist, so we can all get this done in time.
That would be really helpful. I can send over a few things today that would be great to have extra hands on.
Not a problem at all. I will keep a lookout for your note.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Of course, Haley. Toodaloo for now.
Toodaloo. Oh. Fine. I've been waiting for you to log on. It is 8:02 in the morning, Brenda. What is so important? Good morning. It could have been if I went another hour unbothered. Have you read my email? The one you sent me 14 minutes ago? Yes, that one. No. Can you read it and get back to me? Did you call me to follow up on an email you sent me 2 business minutes ago? I require a response. And every minute that goes by in this call is a minute later I'll be able to get around to it. Then we should wrap up here. In the future, I'm going to block calls from you for the first hour of every workday. For HR purposes, that is a joke. Toodaloo.
What a pleasant surprise.
Donna Sue, I need an adult.
Honey, might I remind you that you are one?
Yeah, but like a real adult.
Okay, darling, how can I help you?
I have no idea how to approach this report. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing.
Of course, I could give it a crack with you, but first let me fill you in on a little secret. No one really knows exactly what they're doing. We all just learning and making things up as we go.
Half of the time, I feel like an imposter when I work on things I'm seeing for the first time.
Now imagine back in time when the internet wasn't around to go looking things up.
Ugh, gross.
You're doing a great job, sweetie. You earned this job and you're as smart as all get out. You remember that, okay?
This is why I love you, Donna Sue.
You make me as happy as a pig eating his morning slop.
I'm sending you the report now.
Sounds good. Toodaloo, kangaroo. Now, why's your chin down so low, dear?
Can I be honest with you?
Can pigeons do math?
I have no idea.
The answer is yes. You can always be honest with me. As long as these computers ain't spying on us, this is a safe place.
I think something is wrong with me.
Well, now I know that ain't true.
I have a hard time getting out of bed every day, and I have a hard time getting motivated, and I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Do you like what you do?
Yeah, that's the crazy part. I don't dislike this job. I just have a hard time wanting to work and getting things done some days.
You feel like you need to be super productive every day in order to be successful?
I mean, yeah, isn't that how it works?
Now, here's how I look at it. We all have different definitions of what success looks like, right? And when it comes to being productive, that's going to fluctuate every day. Some days I don't get near as much done as I'd like, and others I find myself whizzing through things. It all comes out in the wash anyways. Not every day is going to feel the best, and that's all right. We're human, you know?
Yeah, I think I put too much pressure on myself. Everyone around me is doing so well, and I can't keep up.
Can't, never could. But also, why would you want to? You're on your own path, on your own timeline. That's a beautiful thing, you know? Always being exactly where you're meant to be.
Thanks, Donna Sue.
Always. Toodaloo, my little corn stew.
I am simultaneously bored and annoyed in this job.
Oh no, darling, did something happen? Who do I need to give a talking to?
Is it normal to think about quitting your job every few weeks?
Well, I mean, everyone's normal is different, so I can't answer that, but I can tell you it's okay to question if what you have right now is what you really want moving forward.
Yeah, but the grass isn't always greener.
That's true. The grass ain't always greener, but the grass is different, and sometimes different is what we are in search for. Some may also say the grass is greener where you water it.
I do think I'm ready to move on from this current job, but I'm not ready to give up all of you.
But we do work with some great people. That can make it quite a hard decision. I'm a firm believer that the people you work with have a greater impact on your experience than the work itself.
And cue my weekly existential crisis.
Yeah, many of us go through those, so don't go thinking you're alone there. You know, even the people who look like they have it all figured out still question what they're doing.
Thanks, Donna Sue.
Always, Bethany. You take care now and call me anytime.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo, kangaroo. A new lady started in marketing this week, though I don't know much about her.
Oh, I can solve that. What's her name?
Ryan.
Last name?
I do not recall.
Hair color?
Dark.
Not specific, but I can work with that. What is the first initial of her first pet?
How would I know that?
Does she live in the country?
I would think so, but I did not ask specifically.
Found her.
What do you mean?
Ryan Stacy Hampton, born on January 24th, 1992, daughter of Trisha and Bradley Hampton, 5 feet 8 inches tall. She enjoys hikes, local cafes, and looks like she went through quite a breakup last year.
Bethany, I meant I did not know much about her role.
Oh, the boring stuff. Yeah, I don't want to help you with that.
Did you look me up online like that when I first started?
You snuck your guinea pig Ernie into school for an entire month in pre-K, and your mother had you fully booked into extracurricular activities for your resume by the time you were 4.
How did you...
I'm a woman of many skills, Brenda. Toodaloo.
Good afternoon. Now, is everything all right, dear? I just had my performance review. And how did that go? It was not as strong as I would have hoped. I could see how that might cloud your sunshine today. I guess I am not working hard enough. Well, I know that can't be true. Work is all you do. Leadership thinks I can work harder, so I guess I have been slacking. You know, Brenda, performance reviews could be a great opportunity to check in, but they're also subjective. You know, you work hard. Your team knows you work hard. Mama Sue knows you work hard. Just because one person can't see that doesn't mean it ain't true. Or perhaps they are right and I have let this company down. Don't let someone else's opinion of you become your reality. I know it don't feel like it right now, but it's all gonna be alright. I think it is best if I go now. And you remember Mama Sue's here whenever you need me. Toodaloo, Donna. Toodaloo, Brenda Boo.
I've been itching to know if you've ever messaged Ned on that dating app.
We may have connected. And he asked me when I was free next.
Well, go on.
I said potentially in February, as my calendar is quite busy.
Heavens to bits. What now?
With Project Poodles picking up, my days will be very heavily booked until at least then.
You know, he wasn't asking when your work calendar's free, right?
Perhaps.
You do have a personal life and personal time, correct? Brenda, do you know how to take a break? How to disconnect from work?
That has never been taught in any of my courses, my schooling, or trainings.
Can I ask you something? Do you know who you are aside from your career?
I spent so many years focused on building my career that I guess it's become who I am.
You are so much more than your job, Brenda, and I hope you're able to see that one day. Now I gotta jump off. I got a meeting with our boy Ned. Toodles. Well, Project Poodles is ramping up once again.
It is a great time of the year to get busy again.
Ooh, I could not disagree more.
There will be cross-department involvement over the next few months.
Months? As in December?
I am free to work every day in December.
We will of course put things on pause over the holidays as our team takes time off.
I do not have time off scheduled, so I will be available.
Maybe Santa will bring you an off button this year.
Brenda, you do need to schedule your remaining time off, as it will expire if not used as per the company policy.
I still have 26 days.
I'm taking donations.
Brenda, please give that some thought and send through the dates you'll be taking off. Bethany, I believe you've used all of your days for the year, so that's great.
And I am happy to take more. I have always been an overachiever.
I will look at my calendar and let you know. Warm regards.
Toodaloo. How has your week been?
It's been busy.
How are your tasks going?
Oh, to be honest, I'm struggling to find time in my days to focus on them with all these meetings, but it's okay, I'll get them done.
Well, this is an important point you bring up. It can be quite challenging to complete work when our diaries are fully booked with meetings.
Yeah, I mean, I do have 30 minutes between some of them, but once I get back focused into a task, I feel like it's time for another meeting or preparing for that meeting.
Yes, that can be very disruptive. I experience it as well. Are there any meetings to which your involvement is not required?
I'm sure there's a few, but it looks like I'm on the mandatory attendance list for all of them.
If it is not an effective use of your time, you can decline the invite, and should anyone have an issue with this, just direct them towards me.
Thank you.
It can also be quite helpful to block times in your calendar for uninterrupted focus work.
That's a good idea.
If we don't book our own time, someone else will book it for us. It's a strategy I quite like to use as well.
I will do that, thank you.
If you need support on anything else, please do not hesitate to let me know. Otherwise, let's wrap up here so you have more time in your day spent outside of meetings.
I really appreciate that.
Of course. Toodaloo, Haley.
Toodaloo. We have this time together to review the reworked project plan.
Well, hello, Brenda.
In the interest of time, let's get right into it.
Oh, I'm not interested in the time. How have you been?
I am well, thank you. And yourself?
You know who I think is awesome?
Who is that?
Ned.
Okay, let's get into the document.
I just thought we could have some small talk, catch up on life, this and yap.
What is new with you, Bethany?
I'll just living the dream, really. I watched a frog chase a snail outside this morning, which was surprisingly thrilling.
That does sound quite interesting.
And then that got me wondering, what if that frog was in fact her prince, just patiently hopping around, waiting for her to notice him? And then what would have happened if she let him join in on her slime path instead of returning back into her shell of safety when he got too close?
And that seems like enough small talk for today.
Just know I'm cheering for you, Brenda.
So the project plan.
So let's say hypothetically, we was on a date right now.
Right now?
Sure, a virtual date. Well, hello, Brenda.
Hello. Have you prepared an agenda in which we will be covering on this date?
You know, I heard you ask that question. I'm choosing to ignore it. So, Brenda, tell me, who are you?
I am Brenda, and I am the senior manager
Oh, honey, I didn't ask what you do. I asked who you are.
I am in charge of process and the implementation plan for project.
I've heard enough. I officially have a new goal.
Is it a SMART goal?
Now, do I look like someone who would set a stupid goal? Now, it's my goal to help you figure out who you are outside of this job.
And what is your action plan?
Let's start with T.
I don't think I have any.
Not a problem because I'm coming on over.
Coming over?
Toodaloo, I'll see you soon.
The door was open, so I went on and let myself in. Come sit.
Thank you. So how was your day?
It's been nice. You know, the sun was shining on my way over. I stopped to say hello to Roger. Roger? Oh, your neighbor's silly. You know, he's quite a looker if you're into bald men in slippers.
Oh.
So how was your day?
Well, we had a fantastic meeting with finance. We got many tasks completed on our project prep.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to live my workday twice, darling. Tell me something else.
Okay. I had a well put together panini for lunch.
Okay, now that's something.
I ate it at my desk while preparing the slides for our meeting.
Now, do you often talk about work outside of work? And I think I know the answer to this one. Listen, I'm not here to judge. All I'm saying is it can be challenging to connect with people when all they want to do is talk about work.
Well, what would you like to talk about?
What is your biggest fear?
Getting fired.
Should have seen that one coming. What's your favorite season?
I do find tax season quite exhilarating, or the end of Q2.
All right. You watch any good series lately?
I did particularly enjoy IT's new fishing training.
You know, Brenda, you are quite funny. I'm adding that to the list of qualities I've seen in you.
I do often wonder if I was the personality hire.
Oh, that's a good one. Do you have any more questions on that?
More so on the implementation plan?
Well, you know who's championing that? That would be Brenda.
Right.
So let me go ahead and call her into this meeting.
Oh, that's okay. I could just send her an email. I don't want to bother her. I know how busy she is. Well, good afternoon, Donna Sue.
Now, howdy there, Brenda.
And Ned, greetings to you as well. Hey, Brenda. It's nice to see you.
Now, Ned here had some questions about the implementation strategy.
Yeah, if you don't mind, specifically timelines for stage 1 and stage 2.
Oh, yes. I will send those over to you in an email promptly.
That would be great. Thank you.
Ned, anything else you wanted to cover while we have Brenda here?
Well, I've got everything I need now to keep working on this.
If that is all, I will go ahead and drop off.
Or how about I go ahead and drop off? I'll let you two finish up here with any further information gathering required for future plannings. Now, toodaloo, you two.
Catch you later, Donna Sue.
Well, team, it is with mixed emotions that I announce that Ned will be transitioning teams to work full-time in finance. The great news is that he will still be involved in Product Poodles as the finance representation.
Well, Ned, you know you'll be missed here, but happy to hear you're not going too far.
Congratulations, Ned. I wish you all the best, Ned. You will do great.
Thank you, everyone.
And the second update that I have for you all is that as of next week, I will be taking a leave of absence.
Well, I hope everything is all right. If there's anything you need, please let me know.
And when will you be back? Unfortunately, at this time, I am unsure of how long it'll be, but while I am away, Linda will be stepping in, and she has just joined us on this call for a quick introduction. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you, Tracy. I'll go ahead and take it from here. The name is Linda, your interim director. 3 quick things you should know about me. I do have 2 degrees from Harvard, 1 from Columbia. I've written a best-selling novel titled Work Harder and Stomp on Your Competition to Get to the Top. Truly a story of success and the journey of becoming superior. And lastly, I have a wealth of experience leading teams to greatness, and I hope you'll join me on this journey to becoming your best self.
Well, welcome to the team, Linda.
Yes, welcome. I am always happy to see hard workers joining the team. Leadership has brought Linda in to cover, and though we haven't had too much time to connect.
Yes, Craig, your CEO and I go way back. buddies from the Ivy days.
Ugh, she's really giving hustle culture toxicity.
Bethany, darling, you're not on mute, and I think you got the TV on in the background saying some things that you wouldn't want said from your mouth in this meeting.
Team, let's wrap up here. Thank you, Linda, for joining, and I hope to see you all very soon. Take care of one another, and toodaloo for now.